my name is Liezl from Liezl Loves Books, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. I also hope watching my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. Happy 2026. This is the first official video I'm making for 2026. My December end of the month wrap up. I'll leave my mid-month wrap up down below in the description just in case you're curious to know what I read in the first half of December. Valentine Nook by Lulu Moore follows the brother who is the Duke, who is said to inherit everything. He's the firstborn, and a popular actress who goes to England, because I think this is somewhere in England, and she needs a break from her career, so she rents a place in the hero's village, and she happens to rent his old cottage, and it's the Duke, the English British Duke, and the pop stars romance, and I really liked this book. I gave it 5 stars. The audiobook was great. Wilder Ranch, and in Wilder Ranch, we're following the hero's brother. So it's a second chance surprise pregnancy romance, because the hero thought the heroine ghosted him. This book, 4 stars. I liked Valentine Nook better, but the audiobook for this book was also great. Discovery. It was weird, but also really cool. I listened to the audiobook. We're following an apocalyptic style book. We're following a disgraced talk show host who finds that they are aliens, that a discovery, and we're following different people across the world as to how they're dealing with the discovery, how they're dealing with everything that was found. I'm doing a terrible job at explaining it, but it was really cool and weird, and I loved the audiobook for it. I gave it 4 stars. I can't wait to continue on with the series. And In a Heartbeat by Laura Pavlov. It's a following the brother who owns a ranch, and it's his second chance romance with his best friend, because his best friend left without telling the hero, so they haven't spoken to each other in a while, and the heroine is a horse jockey, but she comes back to town because she needs a break from her career. Her father sold her horse without telling her, and she goes to work for the hero at his horse ranch. And I give this 4 stars because I predicted why the heroine left. The hero, I could see it a mile away. Her brother and his cousin used to date each other. They were engaged. Her brother cheated on his cousin. His cousin is the heroine from Beefcake's book, Divine Heart. Now, I really can't say anything much about this book because it's book 10 in an Motorcycle Club series by Garrett Leah. I like this one. I give a 4-star. Bones. This girl who has healing powers set in a post-apocalyptic world, and she gets shunned by her family, and she gets captured by this evil person, and it's a dark romance book. And then she gets saved by another group of people from this dark lord, and she doesn't know if she can trust them either because they also force her to use her powers, and the heroine tries to escape and gain her freedom. I give this book 4 stars. Egotistical Puck Boy by Eden Finley and Saxon James. And we're following like 2 hockey rivals from different hockey teams, but then one of them gets traded, so they are both playing on the same team. One of them is out in the hockey universe. He doesn't care if people know he's gay. He's part of the collective. And the other hockey hero is in the closet. He's not in the closet to his family, but he's in the closet towards the media. And one night they hook up and they start winning games after that. So they decide to keep hooking up, and it's their romance. It was really cute. I give this book 4 stars. And Irresponsible Pukboy, the second book in the Pukboy series. Hockey players on the same hockey team, and they're best friends, and they get into a marriage of convenience because they were in Vegas and they weren't drunk, but the hero asked him to marry him just for personal reasons. So it's a best friend married in Vegas romance, and I give this book 4 stars. Limerence by Scarlett Drake, and it's about 2 ballerinas who are boys, ballerinos, who are like each other's rivals, and one rival hasn't been in ballet for quite a while. He took a break, but then he got accepted to the other ballerinos company, and they start competing for the lead. But what the other ballerina doesn't know is that he always had a crush on the other ballerina. And I give this book 5 stars. Darling by Scarlett Drake, and here we're following a ex an ex-British politician that got transferred to the U.S. Because of a scandal, because he was dating one of the ballerinos in secret in Limerence, and it's his romance with a Campbell. 4 stars, but really it's a 3 star. It was my least favorite book in the series. Twisted Soul. It's the 3rd book in Morgan B. Lee's Why Choose Paranormal series, and I really can't say much about it because it's the 3rd book in the series. But we're following this heroine who goes to this paranormal school for reasons. We find out she is a caster, and she is mated to like the four troublemakers of the school, like a ice fae, a dragon, and I always forget what the other two shifters are. But she basically rejects the mating bond because she's there for personal reasons. But her mates won't take no for an answer, and we're basically following them as they continue to solidify their bond, much to the heroine's chagrin. And I gave Twisted Souls 5 stars. The final book in the series, book 4, and I also gave it 5 stars. I love how the series ended. Colie, I read an arc of this book. This book comes out today. It's a runaway groom scenario. We follow Easton, who runs away from his wedding for very good reasons, and he meets Colie at the airport, and he sees she's having a bad day, and she offers him the extra ticket to his honeymoon that they didn't go on. And so they go on this honeymoon trip to Wyoming, and they get to know each other during this trip, and they pretend to be a married couple. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked Capri better, but this was a great addition to the Meadow Sister series. The Love Hater, it's a single dad billionaire romance, nanny romance, and we're following Sullivan and Tate. Tate is the nanny, Sullivan is the single dad. And I do not suggest you read this book as a standalone. Following all the people in the Sullivan family from the first 2 books, and Sullivan gets his turn, and the family is dealing with grief about losing the mother of the family and their brother. And Sullivan is the twin to the brother that died, so I do not believe you can read this as a standalone. I really love this book. I give this book 5 stars. And Exposing Colorado, I really can't say much about this book because it doesn't come out until January 15th. But it's Logan and Salem's story, and I give this book 5 stars. But the person who stole my heart in this book is Devine, and for him, it's 5 stars. Bluebird Gold by Devine Perry. Now, I can't say the hero and the heroine's names without the audiobook because they have very unique names. But, this book is about the heroine who goes to Montana to clear up her father's belongings because he died and they need someone to clear out his cottage. And so she gets a job in Colorado, Montana, and somebody tells her that her father's death is not an accident. So she tries to figure out what really happened to her father. Has a romance with the sheriff in town because she tells the sheriff her father's death is not an accident, and there's someone always watching her in her cabin. So he tries to help her out with that, and it's their romance. She also has a bond with the sheriff's son, Spencer, because she is the high school math teacher. And I give this book 5 stars. I really liked it. The audiobook was great. It was duet narrated by Connor Craig and Samantha Brentmore. and they did a phenomenal job with this audiobook. Sweet Little Hearts by Shannara Williams. It's another single dad nanny romance. The hero is an NBA player, Javier, and the heroine is the nanny, Octavia. And it's their romance, and their romance was so good. They're both dealing with scars from past relationships, and they both try to keep it professional with each other, but they can't resist each other. And the daughter in this was adorable. I give this book 5 stars. Those are all the books that I read in the second half of December. Please let me know what are the books that you read for the month of December. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Liking this video would help me out a lot. And I'll see you Monday. Bye. Have a good weekend.